But let's now shift gears and take another story, where a new video from the content creator and activist Mark Justice, also known as Justice Crack, has sparked a flurry of reactions as he shares pictures of the food Nigerian soldiers in Maiduguri are given during their service. So in this clip posted on Thursday, he raises the question as to why younger Nigerians would be incentivized to join the military when, as we've discussed before, the salaries are uncompetitive and the food leaves much to be desired. Let's take a look.
Nigerians, look at the food that your soldiers are eating. I uploaded a video a few hours ago. It never even reached 1 hour. A military personnel sent me this picture. This guy sent me this picture, and I asked, what's this picture? He said, this is what they feed them morning, afternoon, and night in Maiduguri. If you know Maiduguri, you know that is the hub of insecurity in Nigeria. Those guys face death every day. They do the worst every day. But look at what they're feeding them.
And Dr. Abati, in an interesting twist, also on Thursday, the same content creator got another image within the hour of posting that first video from a member of the Nigerian Air Force showing the food that they're given while serving the country. Let's take a look at that.
Look at what they're feeding your Air Force officers. Look at what they are feeding your Air Force officers. So how do you expect them to be efficient? How do you expect them to work? How do you expect more people to join this army? This Air Force. Imagine Air Force. Do you know what is Air Force? One of the respected force in Nigeria. See what they did. See that rice. That rice does not have any nutrition. Look at their bar. Look at the soup. Are they prisoners?
Now, the point of these videos isn't just to show the food the members of the armed forces are getting. Beyond that, it's also to contextualize these images with this report from the Daily Trust this week that said that the federal government spent well over 600 million naira on the rehabilitation, infrastructure, and reintegration of terrorists under Operation Safe Corridor. So when people see images like this, it raises questions about spending, priorities, and of course, like he said, Dr. Abati, the nutritional value. I mean, it's important, right, for our armed services to receive?
Well, you know, a few years back, maybe 2 years now, or is it 1 year, Senator Adams Oshiomhole stood up on the floor of the Senate of the Federal Republic and raised questions about what the military hierarchy had been doing with the tons of money being given to the military. And he cited the example of some of the military chiefs diverting the money to their villages to go and set up structures, vainglorious projects. At that time, there was some debate about it, but Nigeria quickly moved away. Now, military chiefs should be called to question. Because Nigeria, when you look at the budget, defense usually gets the lion's share of the budget. And Nigerians understand, given the challenges with security that we have. Now, the problem here, used through the symbolism, the image of the feeding of the soldiers on the war front, explains that look, while the chiefs are doing very well, the boys that are facing death on a daily basis are not properly fed. So you see some kind of hypocrisy when we come around and we say, oh, we salute our gallant, our valiant soldiers who are giving up their lives to protect the country. Their welfare is important. Whether you're talking about the Air Force or the Nigerian Army, they belong to the same armed forces protecting this country. And the person who made the point that repentant terrorists, repentant in quotes, are better fed, that about 604 million naira has been spent on those ones to provide Ashwebi, to give them pepper soup, give them jollof rice, and organize events for them. But the people who are trying to defend this country, look at the kind of food that they are served. Food not even fit for a dog. Some people keep dogs in their homes. They feed them better than this. Prisoners abroad. In those countries where they have prisons and the prisons are functioning, they eat better than this. So the soldiers, it's not just about those in the war front. Those that are even outside the war front who have come on television to say that they buy their uniforms themselves, they buy their boots themselves to go and face better equipped terrorists. I think that this should be investigated to ascertain that it is true. The defense headquarters owes us an explanation to tell us if indeed this is the kind of miserable nutrition arrangement for our soldiers who defend this country under difficult circumstances. Many of them, the police, the other day, policemen said their barracks have not been provided for. We have not had any feedback in that regard. So it will amount to sheer hypocrisy on the part of government to say that these soldiers should defend this country, the policemen should enforce the law, and yet their welfare is not properly taken care of.
Absolutely.
We must see a difference. And if there is a difference, you will not see this kind of video. I don't think that this is sheer propaganda.
Okay.
And I make that point because in the protocols for both the military and police and other services, whether it's immigration or any other of the services, they have a rule that as a soldier, as a serving officer, if you have a complaint, the place to go is not social media. You can report to your superiors. But we have seen these officers, out of desperation and frustration, going to social media to say this is our condition.
Right.
Because when they report to their superiors, nothing is done. And that's why they don't even trust their superiors. I got some empirical fact. The feeding allowance, which is called RCA, ration cash allowance, is 3,000 naira per day. It is monthly. So 3,000 naira per day. Yeah, you're trying to build a context by saying how much they used to settle terrorists, 600 million. Let me even shock you. 3,000 naira per day. As at 1999, I used to be close to some lawmakers. Their lunch allowance for sitting was 14,000 naira. That's at 1999. Where are we today? 2026. How many years after? That's like 27 years after. The lunch allowance of a lawmaker 27 years ago is still more than the ration allowance, daily allowance for the military today.
Wow.
Maybe we should put these lawmakers in uniform. Let them go to Borno State
That's
to
the
go and
country we
fight
live in.
and justify their conspicuous consumption.
And this money is paid monthly. That's the country we live in. Wow. And it's supposed to be per day. So what do they expect you? 1,000 naira for breakfast, 1,000 naira for lunch, 1,000 naira for dinner?
Wow.
And you are wondering why Nigerians are going to fight in Russia and the likes when they know they can get millions. I'm not supporting Nigerians going to fight in Russia and everything, but we are saying practical analysis.
Right.
I know I was close to a lawmaker, 1999. The lunch allowance there was about 14,000 naira.
Right. Wow. These are the people on the front lines who are literally putting their lives on the line to keep us safe. This is absolutely unacceptable.